They reached out to me on Instagram. Like, hey, do you want to make some videos with our massage gun?
It's a nice quiet one.
Yeah, it's from Bob and Brad. I don't know if you ever heard of them. They're these physical therapists on YouTube. Yeah, if you ever like have any kind of like issue and you can't like go, I mean, I recommend you see a doctor or your physical therapist, but they are actually really good. Lots of good advice. I know they recommend a certain like um inversion table. I guess they sell on their website with a company they work with, but I didn't know they had their own massage gun. And it came at a perfect time because my old massage gun broke. I was too aggressive with the cleaning. Like I get a little obsessive with the cleaning in my office. So like I would just like soak that thing in like this hospital cleaner.
Deteriorate it, yeah.
Well, so when it stopped working, I like took the battery off and I saw wetness on the inside. So I'm like, okay, it's been like that's been getting inside for a while. And it just took a while to stop working. Okay, how's that feel?
Good.
Let's see. The trigger points are normally right around here. I wonder if I have to put a warning on this video. Cause like, at least to my eyes, like the vibration is vibrating so fast that it just like kind of makes your leg look like a blur.
No.
And I know like really fast moving things kind of like trigger some people. Oh, you know what? Let's see. So I'm gonna use the little pointy one. How's that feel?
Doesn't hurt. Definitely gets down there.
Yeah, because that's an issue that I have. Like, a lot of people just need some work kind of right where that hamstring connects to the hip. But like jamming my fingers down there, it can be kind of hard on my hand. Yeah, like right there. You feel that?
She dropped a little bit. Now put that.
Like right there?
Yeah. Definitely there.
Just don't fart.
I promise you.
And if you do, don't tell me. I actually had some woman who farted the other day, and had she not said anything, I wouldn't have known. Because she farted just as I was moving on the sheet. So I honestly thought it was like the plastic sheet underneath. Sometimes it's good to not say anything, or you know, even just lie. Like, was that sound? Did that come from next door? They're so loud.
Was that thunder?
Yeah. Okay. always been worried to use these sharper attachments, like the more pointy ones. I think it'd be really helpful on the hamstrings. When I'm in the hot tub, what I'll do is I kind of jam my knuckles into here,
Yeah.
and then I'll like lift my leg up and down onto my own knuckle. And basically I'm just trying to do this.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard to work here by yourself. Unless you're that contortionist.
Right.
And let me know if it's too much pressure. This is another great place. Just right around that sacrum. See if we can get you to reclaim your throne as my most watched videos on YouTube. And I think right now you're number 4 or 5.
Oh my god. We need to do more push-ups.
I mean, you're 4 or 5 are like over 100. And the other one literally is just,
Waiting for his penis to show.
yeah. It was actually a guy who I did not put the towel on you because it was a smaller towel.
Yeah.
And I'm just not sure what YouTube would. Sometimes YouTube, because one video they said, okay, that's fine. One video they said it wasn't fine. And I'm like, but it was literally the same thing. It was like the same massage, just a different camera.
Yeah.
I had one person say they hate Texas a little bit less because of you. But it's weird. That first massage I did of you, I put a video of the whole massage up, and like it got a decent number of views at first.
Yeah.
But now it just gets like 50 views an hour, like permanently. So it's not like a ton at once, but just like over time, it's like added up to be a lot.
Longevity. That's sometimes more important.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
And then I always find it funny to see what playlist people will add the video to. So I think I sent it to you. They added you to a playlist called Something Bears. And the next time I massage, I'll do a hot stone massage.
Okay.
I decided I'm going to add some relaxing massages, but charge a lot more for it. So hopefully I don't get too many people who want a relaxing massage. So I'm going to do like a hot stone for $120. It's also not easy for me to do relaxing massages. Like, I tend to find things to work on.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me like to not do that.
And it's funny that, like, I would say one of the best ones I've had was more one where they finished your back and then they laid the stones on you and let the stones sit.
Yeah.
That was where I got the relaxation from the stones.
They do that at Massage Heights. At least when they train you. They're supposed to finish, put them on your stones, and they put a hot towel on top of the stones.
Yeah.
It kind of reheats them. But since I don't really do relaxing massages, I don't really do that.
And see, the heat to me helps, like when I'll get a manicure and pedicure,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll come out and try to like de-steam the towel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, put the hot towel on me.
Yeah. And like I work out in the Texas sun. You can't burn me. When I first moved here, I'm like, I think Texas has a different sun.
It does have a different sun.
Texas has an angry sun.
We're hell. Everything else is Hades light.
Mm-hmm. I lived in Dallas for a year, and as I was going back home, that was back when we had that big drought.
Yeah.
And like literally, like the fields outside of I-45 were on fire.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that tracks. It is hot. It is rain. Like it rained like 4 times that year in Dallas, which is nice coming from South Florida, where it's like in the
4 months
spring.
every day. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just gonna rain, and it just comes down so quickly. Like, oh, the sun is. Oh my God, it's a thunderstorm and lightning striking everywhere, and then 6 minutes later, it's just gone. So you can never really go running outside because you just get caught in some random like torrential thunderstorm that just stops after a few minutes. I mean, I literally named my business that Gut Pain to scare people who wanted a
Right.
relaxing massage off. I just find them boring, which is also why I would just charge more. Like, just it is so mentally like hard for me to
But you're
get
trying
them.
to accomplish something. You're setting out to prove what massage is for.
Yeah,
Whoa, whoa.
I've actually fallen asleep giving people massages. I wish I could remember the name of that one guy I massaged. It's in my, it's in Booksy, but it was so long ago I would have to like really search to see exactly who he was, cause he was very dramatic. Literally, while I was massaging his calves, he got on his knees and started punching the table. I thought the violinist I work on was dramatic, but I'm like, there's someone more dramatic than you. And it's funny, when I was in school, they did not teach us well how to work the glutes. It wasn't until I was like working somewhere and was having like really bad back pain, and like one of my coworkers helped me out, and she was massaging my back and she worked my glutes. I'm like, oh, I need to learn how to do this. Because so many people think your butt is just there to look good.
Yeah. Oh no.
It's like, that's not what it's there for at all.
I told you about that was the only time I've ever had pain
Mm-hmm.
was here,
Mm-hmm.
and couldn't get an answer to it. Couldn't get an answer to it. Finally went to my doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, "You travel a lot," and I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "How do you drag your suitcase?"
Yeah.
And I.
Yeah, depending on how this turns out, I might do this again on someone. But this is going to be a learning experiment on camera. That's the hardest part.
Right.
And that's what I've told Nick. Like, camera placement is so hard. Unless you have someone to record. Because he does work on someone who, like, their boyfriend records, but I don't think the boyfriend is that good at it. But if you have someone who, like, does record,
Yeah.
like, that helps if they're good at it. But then you're paying someone that costs like a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so if you like place the camera around, it's weird because you don't think about like, because when we do massage, I have to move around a lot. So there's been so many times I massage someone,
And you're standing in front of the camera.
and then no, and then I'm in front of the camera,
Right.
and I'm like, oh, now you just see my back.
And straight up above doesn't work.
So it kind of does, but I've seen some videos and it's
I guess you get your head in there too a lot.
with that actually. Oh, people on YouTube complain so much. I did that and I had the VR camera a little too close and my head was a little too close and someone's oh my god, and someone like even like commented in the comments like, this is like with this kind of video you can pan the camera around a little bit so you can actually kind of move it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's too high, it just looks kind of weird to me.
Right. Like an operating table.
Yeah, and I've seen some people where they do that. I just don't like the way it looks. And also, this room is a little too small, so I can't put the camera. If I could put the camera far enough back, I can get the whole table
Right.
and at an angle that would be good, and then just kind of zoom in when I need to. So the camera placement. Oh, so I don't know if I ever told you this. So I told him, I said, listen, you need to buy a larger tripod. Like the ones you get at 4 feet are not good. If you massage the front of a guy's hips, especially his psoas or like his sartorius, especially the sartorius because that's like below the hip. If you massage that and the camera's only 4 feet high, it looks like you're doing something else. So like one of the first people I massaged, the camera was like I didn't have a really high tripod, and I'm like looking at it, I'm like, oh no, that does not look like massage. So the angle is just so important. And then also, like I've learned with some people, they make really funny faces. So even if you massage their legs, it's good to get like to see their face.
Mm-hmm.
One guy made like a lot of duck faces when he was in pain. Or like when I was massaging your back, it kind of looked like I was looking at the ceiling with the phone on top of my head. But even with this 3D camera, I noticed a few times when I was working on your back, my arm would go in front of the camera. But we move around so much to change our leverage.
Sure.
Like even just now, I've gone from behind you to like slightly in front of your glutes as I'm working them to change the direction I'm working.
No, that's a spot.
And I didn't appreciate that till I started recording. I'm like, oh, when I'm massage people, I'm like, I'm kind of all over the place.
No wonder my legs are tired and my.
When I'm doing my job correctly, I do a lot of lunging.
I can see that, just trying to put the pressure on. Yeah, using it to push.
Mm-hmm. My second massage teacher said when you do massage, it should look like you're doing Tai Chi.
I can understand that.
Like I'm not supposed to push with my chest.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to push with my legs. So like my arm is just kind of like out there, and I'm moving my legs, and my arm is just following my legs.
Yeah.
And it's also just better for your back if you do it that way. So if the table's low enough, you need to lunge and squat instead of bending forward at the hips. I work with this woman. She had amazing posture when she massaged. Sometimes people do couples massage. I'm like, oh, my back is hurting. I'm like, oh, if I had proper body mechanics like her, they wouldn't be hurting. Like her body mechanics were just great. But yeah, I do like a lot of side lunging. Like literally, if I have the sheet on, I've had people say that the draping is oppressive. And it's like you're acting like your civil liberties are being taken
Right,
away.
yes. I've lost 2 minutes of my life for bad draping.
And then someone, because the sheet I use on top of you is not, it's a regular bed sheet. It's like
Right,
it's not
yeah.
crazy. And yet somebody like said like, I know for modesty or whatever, say you have to use the thick draping, but could you get something a little thinner? I'm like, it's a regular bed sheet. Even though my front friend did say something that is interesting. She said maybe some of these people are in countries where they're not allowed to look at porn.
Right. Oh yeah. Where it's all blocked.
Yeah.
Right.
When they're like really repressive, like homophobic countries. So like looking at a man getting a massage is like they can like say, plausible deniability.
Right.
But a lot of them are also in the US, so it's not.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's that. That's that man that won't admit he's
Yeah.
gay yet. Yeah.
And yet it's calling my draping oppressive. Yeah.
Oh, Daddy. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, oh, oh.
Yes. The inner thighs can be intense. Maybe I'll use a hot stone.
Okay. Just a second.
Do people ever message you from YouTube?
A couple. Not
There we go. This 3D camera is getting old. The battery does not hold a very good charge. And they don't make it anymore because like the 3D video didn't really.
take off.
Yeah. But now some new companies are making them because of the new Apple headset that's supposed to come out next year.
Yeah.
But they're like $2,000. And this was like $400. And the 3D thing, I'm like, that's just more of a backup than anything else.
Yeah.
And like a bit of a hobby. But that's hilarious. Big fan. I've tried to work with some guys. The only thing is I won't put I don't know. Maybe I will. I don't want to put like someone's Twitter in the
Right.
video. You know, a lot of people on YouTube always ask me, Twitter, Twitter.
That it is so weird, yeah. Or if they're foreign, WhatsApp, and I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, you're from another country.
But I've learned like, okay, so Twitter is like the YouTube version of pics.
Yeah. Now, have you gotten on the threads yet?
I got on it the first day. I
Yeah.
don't really get Twitter, so I don't get threads.
Yeah.
So like, I got on like, oh, I don't really understand this, and then just kind of haven't logged back on.
I tend to use threads as just like, this is stupid, here's a stupid picture. Versus
Gotcha.
I don't put a lot of explanation or anything else into
I
it.
see. Yeah, since the first day, I have not logged back in. I've thought about getting on my personal Instagram account, but I don't have my personal Instagram account logged in
Mm,
because I have really just don't use it.
yeah.
And I was tired of Instagram sending me messages about, hey, these people are posting. It's like, oh, great, I'll switch over to that account when I feel like it. And I feel like I would have to probably keep my personal Instagram account logged in to use threads,
Right.
which would be so annoying. Actually, I deleted Instagram until I started working for myself. And then I was like, well, I'll recreate a personal Instagram so I can keep all the hot guys on that one.
Oh, still tight.
So I've told some guys, like, I'll share your Instagram or TikTok account, but I just won't put your Twitter account. Because you go on Twitter and it's just straight porn.
Yeah. And now you're supposed to call it X. Don't forget.
Oh, yeah. So annoyed by that. What's so funny, though, is that it says X on the app, but then you go in and it says Twitter everywhere. I swear, that man is like a 13-year-old boy. It's like every 13-year-old boy loves the letter X. It's so cool. And every once in a while, I've looked for people to work on Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
but apparently now you have to pay to DM people. You have to have Twitter Blue
Wow.
or X Blue, I guess that's what it's called. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, I just love your work of laying there getting a massage. That time when you almost jumped off the table.
Oh,
Oh, that was just so good, such good work.
thank you. Thank you. My Academy Award.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna look into if I can mirror this onto my tablet just so I can,
Glance up and see.
yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that sucks about this 3D camera, I don't know if I did something to it or it just always had bad audio. The audio was absolutely horrible.
Huh.
It sounds like an alien is screaming in the background, like during the video. So I always have to put music over it. But a lot of people don't like music. I might show this to this one guy. I was gonna work on him, but it was kind of funny. He just kind of me to rub like he wanted me to rub like a hot stone on his butt so he could put it on OnlyFans. But I'm like, Texas has like a bunch of like there are like a lot of weird laws around massage,
Yeah.
and so like you're not allowed to work for a sexual business, which is understandable.
Sure.
But I'm like, would Texas consider if I like did the video for my own promotional purposes
Right.
and were like, you can also use it on your OnlyFans? Would they consider that me working for his like sex-based business? Even though the whole point of this is for like me to like constantly like put up posts on Instagram like to remind people to book a session.
Right.
Like that's why I do all these
Yeah.
videos.
No, it's on Trump. No, totally get it.
These videos are basically my version of those mailers you get in the those advertisements
Right.
you get in the mail.
Postcards.
Yeah. Like the first time I went to the joint, they had sent me 4 of those, and it just happened to be one day my back was hurting, and I went to the mailbox, and like the little thing from the joint was there. I was like, oh, I should probably go.
Yeah.
And I've had a customer. He said that's exactly why he came in. He's like, I was having pain. I got on Instagram. I saw one of his videos. I was like, oh yeah, I should book a massage. And he booked a massage. YouTube is just a little side hustle. I could probably make a living making YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I would have to do more massages and I would have to like tailor them to like what people actually want.
Right. Request. Right.
Yeah, but like I actually do enjoy doing sports massage. I really want more people to know there's more to massage than someone just rubbing on you because you're upset.
Then again, it's just amazing how many people think a massage is massage envy or Heights massage and or a hotel. I see. I think hotel massages are way worse than like a massage envy.
Yeah.
Just because you're paying
so much
dollar for nothing.
I mean, some of those people actually just also work for like massage envy.
Right.
Like literally, like I'm trying to when I worked at Massage Heights, one of my co-workers worked at the Houstonian.
Yeah.
So it's like you're literally getting the same massage you can get at Massage Heights at the Houstonian.
Right.
But it's the Houstonian, so you're gonna pay like so much more.
Oh, ungodly amount more.
The weird thing, he said he made as much at Massage Heights as he did at the Houstonian, because you don't get as many people coming in.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah.
But you get like much bigger tips.
Yeah, 15% on $320 is.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they even run a 90-minute. I think everything's 60.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
I was on Reddit and someone said they got a massage that was like 6 hours.
Oh my god.
But I think that's more like not just the massage. Yeah. That's like, I mean, I would like to do something like that if I had my own place where like you come in, you get in the hot tub,
right,
you do like a bunch of other things.
There's it's called Gingham Spa.
Mm-hmm.
It's out of I think West Road.
Mm-hmm.
And really, the spa, you pay a fee for the spa, and you
Yeah.
get to do the salt baths and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then they do offer a massage or a salt rub down, but you
Yeah.
sort of take that advantage of all the other stuff.
I always wonder if I would do scrubs if I had like a shower available.
Right, yeah.
One of my old coworkers, he would do chocolate scrubs.
Oh, yeah. So the weird, so it was a strange experience simply because I guess I didn't think it through.
Mm-hmm.
A friend and I went to Napa and we decided to do like Old Town stuff. So
Yeah.
Calistoga has the hot springs.
Yeah.
And so we decided to do a mud bath. Have
Mm-hmm.
I told you the story?
Mm-mm.
So it sounded good, and we're like, okay, mud bath. And
Yeah.
So we get there, and a female and I, and
Yeah.
we know each other for years.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they think we're a couple, so we're
Yeah.
in the same room.
I went somewhere with a friend and we got in some old used mud,
Mm-hmm.
and then some lady came in and hosed me down.
Yeah, like a prisoner.
Maybe she could have screamed at you while she did it and gave you like
Right.
the full experience. Yeah, because it's mud. Because I was like, maybe it's like with the paraffin wax. Because you don't change out the paraffin wax.
Right.
But the thing about paraffin wax is that it seals over anything you put in it.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of cool. You can dip like a popsicle stick in ink and dip it into the wax, and the ink doesn't get into the wax.
Yeah.
Because the second it touches the wax, it's so cool that the wax seals over it. But I don't think mud has that same property.
But I mean, suppose the mud has like the healing waters. And,
Yeah.
So, but it was definitely interesting.
But I mean, I forgot what recently I did something, and I think I was eating, and it was just something that I was like, this is not the cleanest environment.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what, Terrence? Like, this is how people just ate for like thousands of years. Like I've seen videos on YouTube, and like they're in like third world countries, and they're like, "Oh, I'm cooking something." I'm like looking at that pan, and I'm like, "That pan does not look clean."
Well, good Lord, cast iron.
Yeah, I was actually telling the client, I'm like, "Yeah, cast iron." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I don't clean my cast iron. I just kind of rinse it off."
Right.
I think I saw a YouTube video about this soup or something in some country in the Middle East or Asia, and it's the same soup that has been cooked for like over 100 years or something.
Yeah. And again, I will tell you once again, I think fried chicken is one of the grossest things in the world. It's something dipped and deep fried in its own young.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, it's damn good, but in the end, we're cooking it something in its
Yeah.
own young.
Yeah, you had to eat you and your child.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's so interesting. Like you're eating a soup that, I mean, because I'm like,
The base of it, yeah.
yeah, like there could be particles in there that I'm pretty sure there are not particles in there that are like the original soup,
Yeah.
but there could be particles in there that are like weeks, months
Right.
old.
You don't want to start from the bottom.
Like, oh yeah, this carrot has actually not been scooped up. It's been cooking for 6 years.
Because heat won't kill, what is it, food poison, or whatever's in food poisoning.
There's a lot of bacteria that like you eat, it just has to get much harder than you think it
Yeah.
needs to. I mean, I used to, make yogurt, and you don't cook yogurt over 120 degrees
Yeah.
because that will kill the bacteria that makes yogurt. So like if it's something like 115, 18, 19, like that's where the yogurt wants to be. That's where like the bacteria wants to be,
Yeah.
and it proliferates. I mean, yogurt is really just like bacteria poop. You put the bacteria in there, they eat the sugar and the milk,
Right.
poop, make babies.
Poop swore.
Yeah. And you're like, it's so good and tart. I've wanted to make my own, oh God, what is it? Is it tempeh? I think it's tempeh I want to make, because that's another thing you make with like you culture. I'm like, I just feel like I would kill myself. I may not be clean enough with some utensil and may get just a little bit of the wrong bacteria in
Right.
there. I'm always worried about like if I made my own kombucha. I feel like I would need to sterilize the container before I would make it. Just I would just always be worried. Like
Yeah.
just I'm like, yeah, I'm culturing bacteria, but like, how do I know all this bacteria is the bacteria I want? So I'm just stuck with yogurt, which I haven't done in forever. I did that back when I worked at Starbucks and I had just gotten into Greek yogurt, and Greek yogurt was like insanely expensive. Now it's relative. It's not cheap, but it's
Right.
not.
Yeah. And you've got 900 competing brands.
Hmm. That's back when I was like really like just extra and was making my own lotion. I remember I went into HEB, the one in Rice Village, and I was like, "Do you guys have like glycerin?" And the guy's like, no one's ever asked for that. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm bougie. I trust it. I know. I'm that person. Do you guys have glycerin and nutritional yeast?"
I'm surprised he was like, "What are you trying to blow up?"
Yeah.
No, let's focus here. I went with this guy to this Asian guy that I met, and we went to God, be purchased idiots. We went to HEB last night,
Hmm.
and he like the Asian guy and scanned the milk, and it wouldn't scan. And I said, "See, I told you Asians can't buy milk."
Hmm.
And this little guy came up and he was helping. He's like, "Asians really can't buy milk?" I was like,
What do you?
he was like, "I was supposed to text my Asian friend and ask them." I was like,
No, he's saying that they're lactose intolerant.
and I was like, "Oh my god."
Really would like to know what was going through his mind.
Right,
Like,
Asians.
what did he think was like the rationale that Asians could not buy milk?
Yeah, I mean, he was the whatever the checkout line where you have to do it yourself. He was
Yeah.
in charge. I was like, oh,
I think a lot of people like don't recognize like how many people are lactose intolerant.
oh yeah. So our cows
Hmm.
that we raise
Hmm.
have I told you have A2 milk?
Hmm. Yeah, you think you
Okay,
told
yeah.
me, but it's not the same as like lactose intolerance.
No, it's just easier to digest
Gotcha.
because the milk protein's smaller than what's in a normal milk protein.
I'm assuming I'm lactose intolerant. I was fine until my like mid-20s,
Yeah,
and then
but is it throwing up or is it just upset belly?
it's upset. So
So
like,
try the A2 milk.
gotcha. So I don't throw up, but like whey protein, like I will get so bloated, like I just
Yeah.
like hold on to something and cry.
Because that protein's too big
Hmm.
to go through your intestines.
That makes a lot of sense because if I found it weird as whey protein because I'm like it doesn't have It's not
It's
sugary.
the protein.
Okay.
It's that milk protein is big, where the A2 milk protein is smaller.
Okay. Because it's also not like all milk. It's not all products.
Right.
Like I can drink like 1 or 2 cup, like 1 cup of milk and I'm fine. The second cup of milk and I'm like, yeah, my stomach is not enjoying this.
Yeah.
Cheese, I'm fine if I've eaten something before. So I can't wake up in the morning and just eat cheese.
Right.
My stomach is not gonna like that. And then ice cream, I'm like fine. Sometimes I'm like, is there even milk in ice cream? Because I'm like, it does not bother me on any level. But I've like drinking non-dairy milk for so long. Like now milk tastes like cream to
Tastes
me.
different, yeah. I mean, it took me forever to go from whole milk to just fat free because I just thought it tasted like water.
And now if you go back to whole
Yeah,
milk,
yeah,
you're like, this
it's
is
like-
rich.
it's like, wow, this is like drinking Elmer's glue.
Yeah. Last time I had whole milk, I was like, this is like heavy cream. This is thick. And I hate when they put all those thickeners in like the plant-based milks.
Mm-hmm.
They just taste way too slimy to me. I don't like it. I did just buy some almond flour so I can make some almond milk. Has to be almond flour because if it's just straight almonds, I'll just eat it. I just love the taste of almonds. And I'm like, I should make some cookies with these. I just love almonds.
Again, something that's gone up in price exponentially.
Yes. Well, so not almonds, cashew flour.
Oh, gosh, okay.
Yeah. Almonds I do like. Cashews I love more. And then pecans. Even it's weird. I had a client.
See, I hate pecans.
Yeah.
I grew up on a pecan, pecan, and we go pick them,
Mm-hmm.
and they'd be like, "You're hungry, eat some pecans," and to me, they taste like dirt.
Okay. I thought you guys said they taste like labor. I'm like, I can understand that. Used to go visit my great grandmother, in Georgia, and she had so much like land that like I didn't see her neighbors until she died. Like I remember one time I saw like a little house. I'm like, oh, that is that great grandma's neighbor? My mom was like, oh no, that's like a shack on her land. And so like it was like the kind of place where you just drive to the mailbox, not because you're rich, but just because your house is
Right.
yeah. And so she had all these pecan trees, and like literally we would go back with like 25-gallon buckets of like pecans. Did not ruin my love for pecans though.
If you're ever out there picking them for days on end,
Yeah.
it will ruin your love for them.
I think it might have been that like I don't know, maybe it was like the least boring thing. Because it was like, I grew up in like, not like a city, like the suburbs, but like going out to like the country, I'm like, what is there to do out here? Like nothing but like nature. I mean, where she was, like, Pasadena looks like a big city. That my grandmother grew up in a city like Pasadena, and she said she like rescued my grandfather from the country. I'm like, where do you think he grew up? But I just can't get over living out so far from. I just need someone to hear me when I'm being murdered. Living that far from other people, every time a twig fell from a tree.
You'd be sitting up in bed, shotgun
Mm-hmm.
loaded.
And every time I see some video where like some animals in someone's backyard, like no, oh, there's a bear in our backyard. Okay, so we're moving. I don't want to be. A bobcat killed my cat. Yeah, I'm moving. Like now, I'm gonna be stuck in my house unless it's light out, and I'm gonna have to run to my car.
Or the people that have to go out with their small dogs in case the eagle comes down.
Yeah. I guess it's not too bad because I see eagles. Like I remember seeing eagles in Dallas. I was always surprised people just let the little chihuahua outside.
Yeah.
Like there's an eagle like right over there. Like your chihuahua is like a chicken nugget. Some of those chihuahuas are so small. I used to go walk in this park and this little teacup chihuahua like run across the street. Ah!
They're horrid little dogs.
And I'm like, I've actually eaten food bigger than you. Like you realize that, right? I don't have to want to kill you to kill you. Like if I just step the wrong way, like you're not gonna survive. Like I've legitimately had sausages bigger than that dog. And it's like of all the dogs to steal. Let's see. Okay, that minute was 30 minutes. Only recording 30-minute intervals. But maybe some of your fans won't go out and buy an Oculus Quest